This is JT Taylor at Hedgeye Potomac with your Washington on Wall Street outlook. First, a few takeaways and lessons learned in Iowa, looking ahead to New Hampshire. The Trump spectacle draws large crowds, but he was certainly hurt by his organization's inability to transfer that fervor into committed voters and a so-called ground game. Ted Cruz, by contrast, won the Iowa way with a new twist, marrying a heavy emphasis on his ground game, cutting-edge digital targeting, and demographic modeling. Cruz is going to have to find a way to appeal to a markedly different electorate in New Hampshire to close the lead that Trump currently enjoys. Trump needs a ground game to complement his message in order to win here and beyond. If Team Trump can't convert his massive crowds into boots on the ground in the Granite State, where his lead is more substantial than it was in Iowa, even more air will be let out of his balloon. Bernie Sanders is in this for the long haul, guys. His campaign announced this week that it's pulled in $20 million in donations in January alone, and another $3 million since primary night in Iowa, and vowed to take the fight to Hillary all the way to the convention. And that was certainly on display at Thursday's brawl of a debate where Clinton outperformed expectations. And as a result, we think Sanders' 30-point lead in New Hampshire looks inflated now. Both candidates did well overall, but as the night wore on, Clinton gained and maintained the upper hand. She looked poised and confident in her command of the issues, but Bernie landed some solid hits and didn't do as well with the open format. Clinton showed a new engaging side of her we haven't seen yet this election. We think it will inject some much-needed confidence back into her campaign as the trail heads south, where she really needs to hit her stride. The big winner in Iowa was Marco Rubio, and Rubio looks to be capitalizing on his strong third-place finish as new polls show him moving up to second place in New Hampshire. Third place isn't going to be good enough for Rubio. He has to show continued progress and run the table on the three governors who have all placed big bets here. The nervous party establishment is looking to pick its candidate quickly, and the chatter about donors and endorsements will be on hold until after Rubio demonstrates a clear lead. He's got to win big enough to undercut the rationale behind his rivals' campaigns, and the sooner he can make this a three-way race, the better his chances are. If Governors Christie and Kasich have subpar performances next Tuesday night, there will be growing pressure for them to step out of the race. The candidates will have to decide whether to exit on their own terms and not necessarily when it's most convenient for Rubio. So keep in mind that the endorsement game has an important, if indirect, influence on the campaign. Voters may not care that much, but donors watch the swings in momentum closely. Bush still has enough cash to keep on going for the long haul, and South Carolina is a Bush family stronghold. Behind the scenes, Rubio's campaign is aggressively courting Bush's backers to defect as soon as possible. New Hampshire is a vastly different battleground than Iowa. Undeclared or independent voters are the largest single voting bloc, bigger than either party at 44%. They can participate in either party's primary and will have a disproportionate influence on the result. Candidates have to retailor their message to suit not just their base, but this very wide chunk of free agent independents. Finally, off the campaign trail and back onto Capitol Hill, there's a new favorite piñata in Washington, the pharmaceutical industry. Having Martin Shkreli testify in front of Congress and taking Valiant to task was pure spectacle and gives us a preview of more swings at the industry to come. Candidates from both parties have picked up on that theme. Both frontrunners Trump and Clinton have voiced support for Medicaid, using its leverage to negotiate drug prices directly with pharmaceutical companies. And with so much anger in the electorate and both candidates' credibility on Wall Street reform in question, Pharma is an attractive target.